Jay Miguel, what's up, man? How you doing, fam? Yeah, what's up, baby? What's happening, y'all? I don't know what happened. It did not like me playing that clip. But I want y'all to know I'm back. I mean, everything's still working. It's what's up, people? What's going on? I tell you, man. I got a couple more things I'd want to talk about. I don't know what happened. It's you know. I guess I got a couple more segments I could do. Yeah. I had like one file, had two more files left.
Oh, Donald Trump.
I still got this one, Anna Navarro. I wanted to cover her. And I have a Charlamagne clip. It's also pretty bad.
What do you make of the...
So, yeah, maybe we'll get to those. Welcome back to the Tim Black Show, guys. I don't think that YouTube liked my last clip. It was a clip of Scott Jennings. That's what I get for respecting Scott Jennings. Just went crazy. Hey, what's up, guys? What's happening? All right, so look, guys, we stuff happens. Sorry about that. It's the internet. Things happen sometimes, and it happened to us. But the channel's fine. I'm assuming the channel's fine. And usually, if that happens, it just picks back up. It doesn't do all of that. But I don't know. I use music that I pay for. I don't know why I stopped it, but I guess I don't know. I have no idea. Anyway, at the end of the day, it didn't send out a notification. Okay, it's all good, fam. What I'll do is I'll just do these last couple segments, and because they're gonna go out as extra clips. All right, folks. So we good with sound? Everybody's good. Okay. Well, welcome back to the show, guys. Thank you for hanging in there. Glad you could come back. What's up, bro? My little brother was like, yo, what happened? Tim, man, you froze. So Bug Bewley and my brother, shout out to my little brother, and shout out to my man Bug Bewley for doing what you do. All right. And of course, all the Timberlake Wolfpack that came through, thank you guys, man. Thank you. All right. We had a good time tonight, but we ain't over. I got two more clips I'd like to run by you if that's okay. You know, let's end it on a good note. Let's end it speaking truth to power out here. All right. All right. So I don't know what it is with some of the Democrats. I think they have in their mind actually that Republicans are never supposed to win elections. Yeah, we got a uniparty, and both the parties are. The separation between the two parties, other than social issues, about that much difference, that much distance between the two. I mean, it's really tight. You got to turn side. You can't squeeze in between the closeness between the two parties, right? They're really fused together. They're Siamese twin. They're attached. But still, the Democrats are losing their mind. The View is the perfect example of what happens when you're stuck on stupid and you're stuck on a narrative and you get paid lots of money, millions and millions of dollars, to pretend to be telling the truth. Folks, you can't make this up.
The electoral vote. He won. He's going to win. Look, Donald Trump won the electoral vote. He won. He's going to win the House. He won the Senate. For all effects and purposes, he's got the Supreme Court. They've given him immunity. This is what the country voted for. This is, a lot of people thought that when he talked about mass deportations, he wasn't being serious. I don't know how many times he had to say it for people to realize he was being serious. Well, if you thought he wasn't being serious, the appointment of Tom Homan today as border czar, and he will be in charge of a mass deportation program, the largest the country has ever seen, they say. And now Stephen Miller, as deputy chief of staff, should let you know that he was absolutely serious. And when you...
Yeah, he was serious. He was serious. He was serious. He's going to deport people. But remember, these are not American citizens that are getting deported. And these are not people that are in a process, legally in a process to become citizens. So what would they be called, Anna? Yeah, if they're not people that came through the system legally, and they're not in a process, they're not citizens, what are those people? I'll tell you what they are. Illegal. Yeah, illegal criminals. That's what they say trespassers are. Yeah. So if we reframe the narrative and we say, you know what? You got to come through here the right way. Look, America loves exploiting people. Let's be honest, guys. America is built on exploiting people. That's one thing they do very well. They exploited the Indian, the Native American, they exploited the blacks, they exploited all the immigrants when they came over too, and they're exploiting the working class right now, which is all of us. America's really American, and when I say America, I don't mean the ground, I mean the people that run the country. The system is exploitive. So don't get it wrong, it's not like America doesn't want to exploit new people that come to the country. Of course they do. All it's saying is, you got to come through the right way for us to exploit you. Most other countries don't even have that. And Anna knows it. Anna's not someone who's blind to how things work in other countries. Other countries would do the same stuff. And people want to say, oh, Tim Black, but America's supposed to be the shining star on the hill. You're the shining exploiter on the hill. Go ahead, Anna. Tell us more.
Talk about mass deportations. People think, oh, it's just going to be the criminals. There's not enough criminals, aliens in the federal prison system for it to be mass deportations. What it means is grandmothers. What it means is brothers and aunts. Yep. What it means is abuelos y abuelas.
And criminals and people that came through illegally and people that are not going through a legal process that have been sanctioned by the jurisdiction of the state or of the country itself in order to be here. That's what it means, Anna, and you know it. And you know what, Anna? You should be ashamed of yourself. Yeah, you should be ashamed of yourself. Because if there were people in America, citizens of America, who were breaking American laws, you and Sonny, the prosecutor that Sonny is, would not have a problem with those people being whatever is supposed to happen to people that break the law. See, that's what I don't like is the hypocrisy. I ain't seen Ana Navarro's chunky. I have not seen Ana Navarro protesting against our criminal justice system. It's doing really good business when it does what it does every day, which is split up families and lock people up and put strikes on their record and make them unable to get government services. Well, these people break the law, they break the law, and they get all the government services. You know how hard it is for an American citizen to get any assistance from the state once they've been convicted of a crime? I wonder how much you can get from the state if you can get a check from the state for thousands of dollars plus a safe place to stay if you had a warrant for your arrest. So basically what I'm saying is these people that come into the country without going through the proper process, these non-citizens are all with open warrants. Open warrants. That's what they have. You had an open warrant, they can come get you anytime. America, you know how many Americans are living with open warrants right now? With the fear of being locked up every day? I want to know, Anna, what's the difference between Americans who are living with open warrants who walk around this, some of them for stupid stuff. Driving on suspended license, money issue. Being late behind on some payments, money issue. There are people that haven't really done anything except be broke, Anna, who are living the same trepidation, the same worryful life when the cops are driving by their car, who are shivering, shaking, worried, thinking their lives are going to be irreversibly changed, that they're going to have to go through this complete legal hassle. Every day people live with this, Anna. You wouldn't know those people, but I've known those people. Hell, I've been those people. I was a kid at one time driving on a suspended license. Like, oh my God. Worried every time a cop car drove by my ass. I mean, let's be real. But you know what there wasn't? There wasn't Chew and AOC and Whoopi and Joy Behar and the other two ladies, if they care, I don't know. I don't know where they stand on this. But they weren't crying. They weren't crying for me. They weren't playing violins for my black ass. No. So it's like all this is hypocritical. Black America, working class, Latinos, working class white folks, you know what I'm talking about. They'll take your car, you lose your job. All this shit happens to Americans all the time. Anna Navarro and the Democrats and these people, these folks, they don't realize this is happening to us every day. They think we're callous. Nah. We're battle tested. We ain't new to this. And we don't see these people as any special. We don't see them as special. You don't see us as special. We don't see them as special either. Why can we go through it and not them? That's all. You want to end it for them? Why don't you end it for us? You won't end it for us. Why should we end it for them? They're not even in this country. Like, they're not even legally in this country. They haven't paid for a road. They haven't been taking money out their checks. They haven't been a part of, they don't have family in this country. Or if they do, I mean, you know, they could. But what I'm saying is, there are people that have been in this country for hundreds of years who are going through this shit because they don't have money. Who are getting treated the same way that you're talking about. And no one cares. No one cares, Anna. No one cares. And you have a wedgie because there are people that did not suffer those consequences, that have not been in this country, who are about to go through what we go through for much less. And I'm sorry. But what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Sorry if I don't play a sad song for you.
It means dreamers. It means your family members. It means your colleagues. It means your friends. It means people who are part of the society. And look, America, you know, those of you who voted for Trump, this is what you wanted. This is what you voted for. You screwed around and you're about to find out.
Yeah, and you're about to find out too. This is what happens when you lose elections. People with different ideas who don't play ball with you get in the office. That's why you don't run a Kamala Harris. That's why you don't have a shitty administration like the Biden administration with their electric car mandate. Yeah, that's why you do a better job. That's why you don't get all excited because Oprah, you know, and Beyonce did a rally. And mistake that for good policy. And mistake that for actually being in touch with voters. And give us this horrible stump speech about you and your mother being middle class, as if that's moving us. Nah, it didn't work. It did not work. You know what? And I'm glad it didn't work. I'm glad it didn't work. So if you want to say, oh, I'm about to get what I deserve, thank you. Please let me get what I deserve. But if I got what I deserve, if we got what we deserve, we all have money. We don't have an inheritance to pass on to our children, Anna, if we got what's coming to us. Put some respect on our name when you talk about us. We built this country for free. We built this country. You just live here. How you like them apples, Anna Navarro? And, by the way, the Latinos that voted for Trump don't agree with your ass either. So this ain't about ethnicity. It's about what people prioritize. All right. Go on, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. Last but not least, guys, I got one more clip I want to get to. Hit the like button if that's not totally like if you got the like button around. Hope that we have not gone offline. It's crazy what happens sometimes. It's crazy. I don't know, man. All right, check this out, guys. We're doing well. Why they cut my feed? All right. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, during the course of this election, we had to meet Kamala and her friends. Kamala had a lot of friends all of a sudden, people that I didn't know she was so buddy-buddy with. It was Plies and Steve Harvey and Ricky Smiley and Queen Latifah and MC Light and all these entertainers. D.L. Hughley and Roland Martin, Angela Rye and Sonny Hudson. But none was as obvious as Charlamagne the God. Yep, Charlamagne was one of the foremost people talking about Kamala Harris. He sat down for a talk with his good friend at CBS. They had a conversation. Let's check it out.
The demographics here. I mean, Trump got 1 out of every 3 voters of color.
No.
Yeah.
1 out of
33%.
No. Really?
Yeah.
When you say color, you mean like black, brown, everything.
Yeah, that's what color means, Charlamagne. Means non-white people, Charlamagne. Jesus.
Oh, well, I think that, people have different issues that they care about, and I think that there's nobody out there that's a single issue voter. I think some of this is a backlash to race and gender and identity politics. But
And let me think of all the stuff that Angela Rye told me that I should say to make myself sound like I know what I'm talking about. Please give it a rest, dude. Give it a rest, man. Come on, man. I think that some of it was a backlash of what? Biden's white guy. Maybe it's a backlash to horrible policy. Is there an outside chance that some people just were not happy with the Democrat? You didn't say that when Trump lost. Trump lost. He lost. Was there a backlash to white guys when Trump lost? Oh, that's right. He lost to another white guy. This is the only thing they're going to go to. This like they won't say she sucked. Why can she just not be good at this? Why come you can't just say, you know what? She would have been better to stay a senator. Is that the worst thing in the world to admit? Is it that crazy, guys, to say you should have stayed a senator? You know how many people don't get to be senator? You guys act like being a senator is nothing. Like it's being bag boy at the local AMP. Now, being a senator is a big deal. She was a senator. She was an attorney general. She was a lead prosecutor. She was a top cop. Those are all big jobs. Why do you act like she wasn't like, maybe that was where she needed to be? Yeah, Hey, but Michael Jordan, and look, it comes as no Michael Jordan of being a senator. She was no Michael Jordan of being a senator, right? But Michael Jordan went to try to play baseball. What happened? Maybe this is Kamala's chance to go back and play for the Bulls.
man, most people, they just care about keeping food on their table and keeping a roof over their head. And I think sometimes people forget about that. I think that they forget about, the working class. And for whatever reason, Donald Trump speaks to the grievances of the working class in a real way. And I keep telling.
For whatever reason, because he speaks to it. The reason is because it's what works. The reason is because that's what common sense people do. And the reason is that's what wins. It works, it wins, that's what you should do. Because that's who you want to get votes from. Now, when you speak the other way, you get money from the elites, but you're not going to win the election if any votes get counted. It's like if the votes are done legally and done the right way, if you're not talking to the people that actually vote, you lose. This ain't rocket science, man. The fact these people got drunk off the fact they were able to get all those mail-in ballots done under Biden with the 2020 election. That's all. That's all this is. You got soft. But you know what's amazing with Charlamagne? The amount of talking out of both sides of his neck that he does on such a regular basis. Bro, you've been taking lessons from Van Jones. You're almost the same person. But you don't cry, so that's good. But you be double speaking. It's like you got one advisor who's a liberal, it's like 1 minute you're talking to Angela Rye, the next minute you're talking to Tesla and Figaro. I don't know who's talking. Is it Tesla or is it Angela? Is it Angela or is it Tesla? I don't know, but I feel like, would a real Lenards please stand up? I love you, Taz. I'm not shooting at you. I'm just saying. Oh, look, no beef. I don't want no problems. Angela, I don't care how you take it. Take it how you want to take it. Taz, I love Taz, though.
Folks, people will forget what you did, they'll forget what you said, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. And
that's not a good place for this to go. What's that got to do with it? Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. The Trump checks.
When you go back to 2020, even though it was a pandemic and it was COVID, people don't care. All they know is they got stimulus checks with his name on it, and that's what they remember. And so people think about that. When you have conversations with folks, they be like, yo, I remember how 2020 felt. And they think that they're going to feel that, in this next term.
Yeah, I mean, how do you explain? I mean, he obviously swept the battleground states. He drove up, turnout around the country in Republican areas. But he did much better than he had done before in places like Chicago, Brooklyn, Queens.
Because of dinner table issues. It's literally that simple. Every day people wake up and all they want to do is have more money in their pocket and they want to feel safe. I don't care if you're black, white, gay, straight, whatever religion you are, those are the two things that you're thinking about every day. How can I keep some money in my pocket and how can I stay safe? And when you look at, issues.
But meanwhile, see, this is what's so frustrating about I was about to call him Kamala. You were supporting a candidate that wasn't on that. You were busy telling everybody how we should support her. Yeah, you were a mouthpiece for her, and she wasn't on what you're just talking about. So you knew she was running a bogus, BS, non-helpful, unrealistic campaign, but you kept getting it. You kept on. You just stay with it. It was garbage. So you knew it was a better way to do this. So when she gets the L, when she got the hook, she should have got the hook. They gave Biden the hook, and then they put her out here unprepared, and she's stuck on stupid with a bad campaign idea. What strategy? But you know what, Charlamagne? You know who doesn't have bread and butter kitchen table issues? Rich elites in the Democratic Party that give up money. They don't have those issues. And that's who Kamala has been around all her life. Yeah, that's who she rocked with in California. Kamala wasn't kicking it with the people, with the Bloods and the Crips and the Disciples. She wasn't She wasn't in the hood. She wasn't in South Central and Compton or other places I don't know because I'm not familiar with LA. But I got a feeling that she wasn't frequenting the swap meets. Okay? So the people that she kicked it with were the, the bistro brunch, like the sophisticated, the coastal elites, they call them, the limousine liberals, the porcelain progressives. These are the people that she rocked with. Not the people in the dirt, people getting it out the mud, not the people working 9 to 5, not the people trying to just get a little more to hold on, not the people trying to just make it happen, not the people trying to get from the bottom of the rung to the lower middle class, just trying to get somewhere. Not those people. Not the people living paycheck to paycheck, or the people just above it who don't realize if they lose their job in 2 months, they may be on the street. She was not with those people, and she didn't have their sensibilities. And she didn't have those people in her orbit. That wasn't her. She was in a milieu of people that use words like milieu.
Like the economy, when you look at the border, and that's what I was telling people. We had this conversation back in February.
Yep.
I was having conversations with folks, and they was telling me, oh my God, these gangs are coming into our neighborhood, and I know it's because of the border. We got to close the border. Like, they were having these conversations, and I...
Why were you calling Trump a fascist?
1 out of
33%.
I'm sorry, why were you calling Trump a fascist for pointing these things out if you knew these things were what was going on, Charlamagne? Why were you doing it? Why was Trump Hitler for pointing it out? You were one of the most vocal people. We need to call him fascist. We got to call him fascist. And now you're saying you've been hearing from people all this time. I'm a little confused.
God, these gangs are coming into our neighborhood, and I know it's because of the border. We got to close the border. Like, they were having these conversations. And I told you, John, this was the first time in my life that I heard people in my community, Black people, brown people, having those conversations. So that was going to be an issue. They felt like things were safer. They felt like the border was safer, under Trump. And by the way, it's not like the Democrats didn't want border security. They just didn't know how to message it right. Build the wall may sound elegant.
No, they did not want. That's cap. That's cap. No, they did not want border security. If they wanted border security, they would have got it. Trump got his border security with a pen. Biden and Kamala undid the pen. Okay? That was intentional. Okay? It's like getting pregnant. Somebody did something on purpose. Okay? Losing weight, unless you have a condition, requires constant effort. Well, it takes effort to gain weight too, and it also takes effort to take in a staggering 15 million people. So don't give me that, no, they didn't. They just sent messages. They didn't really want it. Nah. Kamala was in 2019. Kamala was saying there was no such thing as she thought crossing the border illegally was not a crime.
Elementary, but you know what that signals to people? Border security. That's it. Yeah. Nothing more, nothing less. Don't complicate it by saying, oh, we believe one thing, but then get in front of people and tell them something else. And then
Want to go in a different direction.
I think that
should Harris have done more to make it clear she wanted to go in a different direction from Joe Biden, or did she want to go in a different direction?
I think that if she wanted to go in a different direction, she should have expressed that. And once again, that goes back to messaging, that goes back to communication. I've been telling folks the language of politics is dead. You cannot finesse people anymore. You can't believe one thing, but then get in front of people and tell them something else. And if you are, you got to be really good at it, right?
Yeah,
What do I always say? Republicans are more sincere about their lies than Democrats are about their truth. So
how do you know what their truths are, Charlamagne? How do we know what the truths are with your friend Kamala? Because she was on both sides of everything. She was doing a triangulation on all issues. And even at the end of the thing, I don't even know what she really stands for or stands against. And don't tell me that wasn't intentional. She was too consistent with her flip-flopping for it to not be intentional. Let's not be delusional, man. Yeah, man, you can't have a proper autopsy if you're not going to be honest.
when she's on The View and she's shaking her head like, no, I wouldn't do anything different. But then you on Fox News with Brett Baer and you like, my administration is going to be totally different than a Biden presidency. If that was the case, I just think that should have been repeated several times. Like, one thing that she said when I had a conversation with her was repetition is good. Like, that's part of being disciplined, right? You have to repeat yourself over and over and over. That might have been one of the issues that she should have repeated herself over and over and over on.
So you had Laura Trump on the show the weeks before the election.
After Trump won, I
think that Kamala changed her tune because of the backlash and the backlash. She also the way that her comments on The View landed. I think that made her change her whole point of view. She switched. She switched because she realized it wasn't working to say, I'm not going to, change anything. That was a response in real time. I don't think she was off message. I think they had one decision to cozy up with the Biden people and to get the Biden vote. And she didn't want to run on doing something on her own. And then when she figured out that she had to go her own way, it was late, too late. That's it. Because by that time, people lost confidence. Those people that left the room for her to have a different voice no longer believed her because she flip-flopped. Then, come on, Charlamagne.
Sent her a message and told her, hey, congratulations. And I said to her, I hope that this administration is going to be an administration for all Americans. And she said, thank you. I promise, in capital letters, that it will be. Listen, man, I think that we've seen enough of Donald Trump to know that may not be the case. But like I said, I just have to have a sense of optimism because he still is the president of the United States of America. And I just want us, like I said, as a people moving forward, we got to start building more community amongst each other. And, we just got to hope for the best. Like, I'm not wishing for America to fail. Why would I want that?
So there's no real big idea, no real big plan, no overarching thing that Charlamagne wants to get done. He's just a person that's been thrust into the limelight to talk about politics who doesn't really have a core agenda for politics. He's just a person giving a mic to talk and getting lots of money talking about stuff he really hasn't thought all that much about. He don't even have his own philosophy. How could you be talking about politics for damn near a decade and not have some form of philosophy? All Charlamagne has is talking points. I mean, I respect you more if you have philosophy, even if I disagree with it. At least you got a point of view. You don't even have a real point of view. Jesus. There's one other one I missed. There was the first question that opened this conversation between those two. Let's grab that real quick so I can finish up the Charlamagne segment.
Got to unify in some way, shape, or form.
You were out there. I saw you at the convention in Chicago. You interviewed Kamala Harris a couple times. Were you surprised?
That she lost?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say surprised. Surprised isn't the word that I would use because it's a toss-up. Like, it was going into the election, they were neck and neck.
And let's just say you weren't surprised at all. You knew she was going to lose, just like I knew she was going to lose. Can we be honest here? Can we just be honest and keep it real? It was obvious she was going to lose. You kept up the talking points because you were part of the campaign. You were a surrogate, right? And your name was a household name for some reason behind this with politics. But, man, not even you were that delusional, were you? You knew there was more than just a possibility. You knew it was very likely. I heard those comments. I heard those phone calls from people phoning into your show, Charlamagne, who were telling you that Kamala sucked and told you all the problems they had with the Biden administration. You've been hearing about it all year, last 2 years. Hell, you've been hearing about it for 4 years. You've been hearing about what people thought about the Biden administration. What made you think they were going to separate that from his vice president? Come on, you had to know. Charlamagne knew. He just not being honest.
I think that she needs to get a lot more credit than she probably is going to get because the campaign was dead, literally.
With Biden.
Oh, yeah, the campaign was dead with Biden. I know people make a lot of jokes about the whole weekend at Bernie's thing, and they would say things like, I would vote for Biden if he was a corpse. Well, he damn near was.
I'd like to know how you have deduced in your brain that Kamala did better than Biden would have done. I don't think Biden would have lost everything. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad he did. I want the Democratic Party to go away. Bye, Felicia, see ya. I want it gone. Okay, I also want the Republican Party gone. Bye, Republican Party. You two kick rocks. But come on, man. I don't think Biden would have lost the Electoral College and the popular vote in every swing state. Nah, I don't think that would have happened. Yeah. If he could have came back and got one decent debate or something, he would have got at least a couple swing states. Now, of course, we'll never know. Yeah, we'll never know. But I don't think you can just say, oh, the campaign was so bad and Kamala did so great. Nah, that was money, dog. That wasn't her. What was it about her? Nothing. Nothing. What was the amazing interview, the amazing thing that she did that was so above everything else that she just shined as this amazing political dynamo? What was it? Because I can't think of anything. I mean, nothing comes to mind. So all I'm saying is she was mediocre at best. Okay? And to say she deserves a lot of credit is very gracious of you. Like, that's overly. That's like tipping somebody $15,000 for bringing you a hamburger. I mean, come on, Joss. I mean, must be other reasons. But hey, who am I? I'm just a guy who speaks loudly on the microphone and gets to speak his mind and does not beholden to any political party. Yep, folks, my name is Tim Black. Thank you for tuning into the Tim Black Show. We ain't got to do it all tonight because it's always going to be tomorrow as long as God makes it so. Thank you for being here. Let's go to the comment section, fam. Anybody say anything? I know y'all expect me to come back. What's up, Doc? Thanks, Doc Sanchez. It's all good. All right, become a member of the Tim Black Wolfpack by going to patreon.com, Tim's Take Live. I still had fun, even though we ran into a glitch. It was a good show. Thank you for being good sports. I love y'all. Like I always say, don't let anybody take your cornbread. We had a good show. I can't wait to put these clips out. Let's see what they do. Hey, Buck Bewley, thank you for being resilient. Thank you to my little brother for coming through and texting me as well. I got number love for you. Have a great day. And as always, where are my girls at?